What is going on, internet? This is Jay.
Hi everyone, this is Sahil, and today we're going to talk about the NFL draft.
Not really much about prospects, but mostly about how each team is and how they are going forward and how we see them at the end of the season.
Yeah. All right, let's go. First overall pick is the LA Rams.
Man, what were they thinking? That was definitely a glamour move.
Yeah.
I mean, they're guaranteed going after a quarterback, probably Jared Goff. What do you think?
Yeah, it does, like you said, a glamour move because, like it's an economic move because it's the quickest way to establish a fan base, and they know that. They know that if they select a QB, they have the first overall pick. They're in a new city. It makes sense. So that's probably why.
Sure, they need someone to, take off a load off an potential elite running back.
Yeah, in Todd Gurley.
And so it's practical, but it's very risky.
Yeah,
It's a high risk, high reward.
I don't think they learned from their RG3 trade, because they were on the opposite side of that trade.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Shame on me. With the second overall pick is the Browns.
Honestly, I think we're better off talking about the Ohio State Buckeyes. They have a better chance of winning a game in that division than the Browns.
Yeah.
So,
What's up?
guess what? The Eagles just traded for the second overall pick in the NFL draft.
Are you serious?
Yeah, just crazy, man.
I'm editing that video right now.
Well, we can talk about it now.
Okay.
So, I mean, honestly, I think they're going for a quarterback or Zeke in the draft. Maybe a quarterback to develop behind Bradford. And honestly, it's the same Eagles. You don't know what they're doing. Right? they're just pulling moves out their ass,
Damn.
hoping for the best. But I mean,
Honestly, I'm just gonna put this right in the video. It'll be right there.
I feel sorry for the Eagles and their fan base.
Next team on the clock is the Eagles. They have Sam Bradford and Chase Daniels. I don't know what Doug Peterson's doing.
I mean, you think about what Chip Kelly did, man. He had Shady, he had Deshaun Jackson, and Jeremy Maclin. I mean, he abused that team. They should honestly, they should have.
That's three talent right there. That right there is like the building blocks of a team.
They should have arrested him for domestic violence. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. They watch him trade out for another offensive weapon. Next team on the clock, San Diego Chargers.
Yeah, I don't know why Phillip Rivers hasn't left that team.
I mean, I respect his loyalty, but man, they're ripping his career apart.
Yeah, they're not even building around him. They just kind of, I don't know what they're doing. They're not doing anything to try to compete in the division for sure.
They tried getting a running back last year, and that did not work out.
Not at all. That was a flop. Yeah, I don't know. Their front seven is, I guess, getting better, so maybe they're gonna draft that. What do you think they're gonna draft?
I would say O-line, but at the end of the day, one O-line isn't going to help you in that very tough of a division.
Yeah, true. Maybe they might draft Jalen Ramsey to replace Eric Weddle. So,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point, draft whatever, it'll help anything. Cowboys are on the clock.
we them boys. Not anymore. They got, ever since Des Bryant and Tony Romo got injured, they haven't been relevant. And honestly, even before that, they lost to Marco Murray. So,
Yeah, they thought their O-line made the running back. I mean, their O-line had a big part, but, they still need find the running back that fits that scheme.
maybe they might target someone like Ezekiel Elliott.
I'm thinking more like Joey Bosa, because they like players with character issues.
They do. The Jaguars are on the clock.
Man, that's a team that's going in the very right direction. That offense is looking.
It's really young throughout.
They can build off each other and they can build together.
Yeah.
Get that chemistry going.
Makes sense.
And they have Chris Ivory. He can help lead that team. He's a good experience in the NFL.
Yeah. And you know what? Their free agency moves were all perfect. They addressed I think every need on the defensive side of the ball. They have Tashawn Gibson. like I don't see them adding more to their offense. They already added, a running back like you said, Chris Ivory.
They
They
got
have.
Julius Thomas last year.
Yep. So what do you think they would draft?
Something on defense, maybe linebacker or corner.
Linebacker.
Depends.
They could land like Miles Jack right around there.
That'd be a very good pickup. And they still have Dante Fowler from last year. Who hasn't played a game.
Yeah. Put Miles Jack and Dante Fowler all at the same time.
Yeah.
That'd be great. And then they have like Sindaric Marks. That team is, that division's just looking really good all at the same time.
It does. Like that division. Yeah, it's young, up and coming. The Ravens are on the clock.
I heard there was this facility up in Baltimore that's like, could really, really help the Ravens. I forgot the name.
Man, what was it? It's very famous. John Hopkins Hospital.
Yeah, for all their injured players, they could just keep them all there. Dude, that whole team was injured. I think like every position of the field they had an injury. That's ridiculous. They haven't even had Brashard Perryman even play. Maybe they need to protect their quarterback.
Yeah, maybe Laramie Tunsil.
Next team on the clock is the Chip Kellys, the 49ers. Honestly, since Chip Kelly has already been there, he's already like basically taken Colin Kaepernick out. It sounds like Colin doesn't even want to stay there.
Yeah, I mean, he has a history of getting rid of his talent.
Yeah, he needs to stop getting rid of his talent. It's like that's all that team needs right now.
Next team on the clock, the Buccaneers.
You know what? Since drafting Jameis Winston, they've been more. They have an identity now as a team, and he's like been the glue for that team. And now that they've signed Brent Grimes, it's like their defense is going to be just so much better.
Right. I mean, they have an underrated front seven, and it was smart of them to like draft offensive weapons before the draft their QB.
Yeah.
Because it's better to develop weapons before you develop a quarterback.
Yeah, I guess it makes it easier for the quarterback to develop.
Right.
And now they have Doug Martin, so they have a guaranteed run game. They have Mike Evans, a guaranteed, a receiving option, and then you have Brent Grimes. And you know what? I think that them drafting a linebacker like maybe Miles Jack or even Jalen Smith, since he won't play all the year, but maybe next year he'll be a future impact that could help them compete with their division rivals. The Panthers. The Giants are on the clock.
Honestly, that team's been doing very well drafting-wise, and they spent a great amount of money, which is very great for that team on defense.
Yeah, they've had 2 back-to-back hits with their safety, and now with OBJ. Everyone knows how good OBJ is, but maybe they're going to invest on their offense to make it more diverse than just OBJ. So they could draft someone like Treadwell.
Yeah, they could do Treadwell, or maybe if Zeke falls to them, you have to
Yeah.
take a running back because Rashad Jennings is okay, but
Yeah,
you can always help build the running game.
they would have to take Zeke if he fell to them right there. They don't need defense at all. They
It's set.
yeah, they got Olivier Vernon. They got
Damon Harrison.
Damon Harrison. They have JPP still on the team.
And they have Jenkins now too.
Yeah, Janoris Jenkins. Yeah, that team's locked up on defense. They're gonna be at least a top 5. You think they're gonna be top 5 defense?
Maybe because the most offenses in that division suck, it'll help them. But
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. They'll definitely be at the top of their division.
yeah, for sure.
With the 11th overall pick, we have the Chicago Bears.
Man, I just can't do this anymore.
Dude.
All these teams just suck.
Dude, where are you going?
There's only one place I can go, and that's Chicago.
Jay, dude, where are you going? We have to record this. Dude, we have to. The next team on the clock is the Saints.
No.
No, we got to talk about the Saints.
No.
Dude,
Nope.
let me talk about
No.
the Saints. Do we have to go to the next team?
Yes.
Okay.
The next team on the clock, the Dolphins.
You know what? I think personally they overestimate their defensive talent.
Yeah, they have the talents there.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like, I think they just think they're gonna be good by having all the players, but it's not. It doesn't just magically work like that. I mean, they let go of Olivier Vernon. They cut Brent Grimes. You know, they might as well, fire like everything else in their, organization, because that's what it looks like they're trying to do.
Really, I think they're on the rise. They've drafted pretty well over the past few years.
True.
And, just now Adam Gase will be able to expand the playbook and use more of the weapons that he has available to him.
True, they have Jarvis Landry and Devontae Parker. I don't know. I think if you cut that much talent on your defense, you're underestimating, or you're overestimating yourself.
They did get Byron Maxwell and Kiko, and if they can stay healthy,
Facts.
they're going to be a threat against Tom Brady and that potent offense.
True. So the next team that's drafting is going to be the Raiders.
That team, man, there's so much to say about that team. They've drafted extremely well.
Yeah.
They've acquired great players through free
Yeah,
agency.
like Derek Carr. Yeah, free agency was good, but I think Derek Carr has been like the monumental piece for them. Like he's exactly like what they needed to bring that team together. Like everybody was saying, Derek Carr, what if he ends up on the Texans? That would have been interesting.
Maybe San Antonio. That'll probably be the closest you'll get to Houston.
Yeah, true. They got a ban against the Carr family over here. Good. David Carr made it so bad. Yeah, but I think you know what they're gonna invest on their defensive line, help Khalil Mack develop a pass rush, and it's just gonna be a complimenting team. They really can't go wrong drafting any position here. But besides quarterback, that would be stupid.
Next team on the clock, Tennessee Titans.
You know what? They're like already the biggest winners of the draft because they traded down and they have like 6 picks in the first, like, how many picks?
About 76 around there. Yeah.
6 picks. You can just rebuild an entire team with that.
No doubt. Like they acquired Murray to help with that
Yeah.
rush offense. Give Mariota a little bit more running space with that read option as
Yeah.
well.
Dude, Mariota was such a good pick for them because now they can just build around him, and I think he's going to be, one of the greatest young quarterbacks like we've seen in a while.
No doubt. I mean, they're looking just like the Colts.
Yeah, they do. They look just like the Colts. In fact, I think they're a little better off than the Colts because they have like Dick LeBeau as their defensive coordinator. Now they just need a pass rush. So maybe right here they draft.
Or maybe a wide receiver.
Maybe compliment Dorial Green Beckham. The Lions are on the clock. I think the best change that the Lions have had is that they have Bob Quinn as their GM now, and he was the GM, or I don't know what he was in the Patriots, but he was involved with drafting their players. So I mean, not that the Lions ever had a problem drafting, but they have a problem keeping their talent, to not retire and stuff. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Just stop lying, man. There's no hope for that team. Falcons are on the clock.
It's ironic that, Dan Quinn is their coach, but their defense is horrible because he was, like, the Seahawks coach, like, I think a season ago, and, like, the Falcons have no defense to speak of besides, like, one corner who's really good.
I mean, at least they have their offense figured out, though. All
Yeah.
Matt Ryan has to do is throw in Julio Jones' zip code.
Yeah, true, honestly. And then whenever you don't want to throw, you have Devontae Freeman, who just, like, erupted as a running back. And you know what? It's a prolific offense, and they just landed, like, Alex Mack. So they don't need to invest on their offensive side of the ball. They just they need to invest on their defense so that, like their division rivals, they just got to, like, compete with the Saints. You got to beat the Panthers.
The Colts are on the clock.
They need a receiver.
Without a doubt in my mind. The Bills are on the clock.
They have Rex Ryan.
Honestly, if they played as well as shit talked, there'd be no need to talk about them.
It's true, honestly. They don't. Their defense is not even there anymore. I think they're just gonna rely on Sammy Watkins to do everything, and it just doesn't make sense. They need to draft the defense. They need Rex Ryan to do something about, like, yeah.
The Jets are on the clock.
You know what? I feel like Ryan Fitzpatrick is on the clock. Like, I don't know why they haven't signed him, but it's like this is his only chance to get paid right now.
I mean, they need a quarterback,
Yeah.
no doubt, because Geno Smith is not the
No.
answer.
Ryan Fitzpatrick fits, like, they know he fits into this offense. Like, yeah, he's stacked. He's next to, like, a stacked team, but he's very functional. You don't get that guarantee with either drafting a QB or finding one off the street.
I heard Hoyer's available.
The Redskins are on the clock. You know what? It's cool that, Captain Kirk and that offense is just, it's dominating right now, but they don't have a running back, so I think they might draft, like, Derrick Henry right here.
I mean, they possibly could. They just need someone to help that defense. Good thing they got Josh Norman.
Yeah.
Because that defense can't stop anyone.
Yeah, getting Josh Norman was a solid move because now you get to face the division rival with Odell Beckham and
That'll be very interesting to see
Yeah.
twice every year.
twice a year. Dude,
Gladiator match.
for sure. I'm surprised that he was cut by the Panthers. With the 22nd overall pick, you have the Houston Texans.
Man, did they finally make a splash in free agency?
For sure, man. We got Lamar Miller, we got Jeff Allen, we got Brock Osweiler. Like, they went all in on revamping this offense.
Yeah, I mean, you needed a quarterback to help with that talent.
Maybe this quarterback can actually score in a playoff game.
Hopefully, I'd just like to see 1 point every now and then.
Just 1 point.
Not even every game, just every now and then.
Every now and then, yeah.
But in the draft, just definitely, I would say another wide receiver to complement DeAndre Hopkins because you need another option.
Yeah, for sure.
Throwing game.
Wide receiver depth is a key issue, but right now I think that they're gonna draft a defensive lineman and just give J.J. Watt some kind of help on the line. Like, no one else has been able to really complement him, and of course it's because he's like the greatest defensive talent we've seen in years. But you can at least get someone serviceable next to him so that he doesn't have to do everything. So maybe they do that and then just get a receiver in the second round. Go Texans. The Vikings are on the clock.
Man, that team looks very scary. Teddy Bridgewater is developing into a great quarterback.
Yeah.
And they have the greatest running back ever. One of not
Yeah.
one of
I think AP is the greatest running back ever. Yeah, I think they just draft the best player available and then just add him to their depth chart at any position and then just go from there. That's just the best route for them. Maybe they trade back if somebody wants to give them picks.
Next team on the clock, the Bengals.
Plain and simple, they need a wide receiver. Marvin Lewis has had enough opportunities in the postseason to, like, get a win, and for some, like, one reason or another, they just don't do it. So get another wide receiver, put him opposite of AJ Green, and you know what? If that doesn't solve the problem, that I think that the solution is getting rid of Marvin Lewis.
Well, no doubt. I mean, honestly, some of it is on the fault of the quarterback.
Yeah.
It's just he doesn't perform very well.
They might have to switch to AJ McCarron. The next team on the clock is the Steelers.
Honestly, they just need to stop smoking weed.
Next on the clock, you have the Seahawks.
Man, that team is very well-rounded, except they just need to honestly use all their picks in this draft on the O-line.
Yeah, they could use an O-line. They could draft an O-line. They already have a running back, so maybe they just get like a guard or something to help their offensive game just develop, and that's all they really need. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seahawks are probably going to the... Whoa, what the heck was that? Do you see something?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Anyways, they're probably going back to the Super Bowl, so yeah.
Next team on the clock, the Packers.
Dude, Jordy Nelson is, like, so crucial to that team. But, like, even though we realize what it's like without Jordy Nelson, you got to give the MVP of that team to Olivia Munn because she does so much for that team and so much for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, she definitely helps Rodgers de-stress. They need to give her a max contract.
Hey, Caleb, you're a Packers fan? Hey, Caleb. Yeah, can you tell me about Aaron Rodgers? Does Aaron Rodgers carry the team? Does Aaron Rodgers carry the team? Does he?
Yes.
The Chiefs are on the clock.
Yeah, I mean, they lost their O-line depth and key players in that secondary.
Yeah.
So, they should try to find players and develop there.
Yeah, you know what? They better hope that the Broncos sign, Brian Hoyer, because he is the best Chiefs player that never got signed to a contract.
In all seriousness, they do have Marcus Peters. They have a very great front seven, and that running game is without a question one of the greatest in the league.
Yeah, so I agree. They probably need O-line because they lost their O-line depth. Next on the clock, freshman chemistry. Oh, I mean the Patriots.
I mean, has Roger Goodell not heard of PV and RT?
Wait, what? Pressure and temperature are directly related? Are you sure?
Not according to NFL rules, so...
I guess they don't know that a cold day can actually influence the pressure of the ball. Maybe NFL footballs are sealed with adamantium, like Wolverine's claws, and they just they don't get affected by science.
You're probably right. My bad. The Cardinals are on the clock. All they can really do is draft future talent.
Yeah, they usually hit on most of their picks, and it's like they're likely to draft a receiver to replace Fitzgerald.
I don't think there'll be anyone available for them. I don't think there'll be anyone available for them at that position, really.
Yeah. Well, maybe they could reach and get Tyler Boyd from Pittsburgh. He broke all of Larry's records, so maybe that's who they're gonna go for.
Or maybe just a quarterback to develop, because Carson Palmer's not gonna be there for a very long time.
Yeah, they could probably get Paxton Lynch. All right, so the final two picks, and the reason that we're outside is because those are the Super Bowl picks, and you have the Panthers, and okay. Well, you have them, and honestly, I feel like they kind of should have won the Super Bowl. They just didn't. Von Miller got the best of them. So maybe they're going to draft defense. They got rid of Josh Norman, and, that's just the kind of needs that they have right now.
Yeah, just help out that defense and maybe give Cam Newton Stickum.
Maybe give Cam Newton Stickum. That might help, Maybe they can win the division title again, Yeah, I don't see anyone beating the Panthers. And for the Broncos, honestly, they lost a lot of their talent, and it just doesn't... I don't know why they didn't sign anything, but they're not going to be the team that they once were, or at least last year. They don't have the talent for it.
Yeah, it's crazy how much that team went from 100 to 0.
Yep, 100 to 0. That's so true. And you got Von Miller, but you don't have a defensive line. You don't have anybody else to help him out.
Yeah, you can't do it all.
Yeah.
And now he's asking for 19 million a year.
19 million a year. JJ Watt makes 16 or 17 million. So that's ridiculous. That team's just kind of going to tank it, honestly, in my opinion. They got to draft defensive line, or they might just get a quarterback if that's what they think they need. But we'll see. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching our video, and we know this was really long, but we have a lot of ideas. This was just the first one. We're gonna do a lot of different things. They're not all gonna be about the NFL. There's skits, as you can see. We got some ideas. We have more things coming, so stay tuned.
Make sure you subscribe and like. I would promise you there will be a lot of great content
Yep.
in the future.
Thank you.